Hey, what is up everybody? Blades for here, and today for you guys another video of Persona 5X. Inside today's video, guys, we're going to be doing the stages 27 and 28 for technician, and I'm going to be trying to at least help you guys clear this as easy as possible. So if you guys are interested in this video, be sure to sit back, relax, and enjoy. And as always, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. We're trucking on the 16K, and y'all have been nothing but supportive. Thank you guys. Even when I released that video yesterday and the community post, y'all were really supportive. This isn't me telling anyone to watch those videos, of course. You're here for Persona, of course you want to watch Persona, but it was just me notifying you guys, hey, I will be doing that content, and I just wanted to know if y'all were cool with it. So thank y'all for supporting it, and let's get straight into the video. So with the first stage, we have 27, which the enemy is weak to ice. The second part of it, it's going to be electric here. So it's going to be fairly interesting to see exactly how this does work. I'm going to try and get a whole team set up around it here and then show you guys the outcome of how it looks here. But it's going to mainly have our man Wonder helping out with a lot of the damage, as well as having someone else help out, because all out attacks do affect this. So Wonder himself is allowed to get some points out of this as well, so we should be pretty darn good. So give me a quick second to go ahead and formate two teams, and then I'll show you guys and explain exactly why we're here. Give me 1 second. All right, so now that I have both teams organized here, this is what we're working with. For the ice side, of course, with Mara is going to be Mont, Soy, and Luful. Luful's helping us make sure everyone stays alive. Keeping Puppet in this team mainly so we can make sure the sustainability is pretty darn good. The hard part is going to come down to actually making Mont deal some damage, though we still have that under wraps. As for my personas, I am using a DPS type deal here with our man Wonder. I'm just using Jack Frost for the memes, to be honest. Of course, you want to get a better ice character to use. If anything, like an ice single target is pretty darn good, so you could use this one. I think I use this one quite often here, but I keep forgetting Bell's also here. If you just wanted to use a debuffer, you really can't do so, but I'm just using this for the meme, so we're doing this one. And then for our B team, we're using this team here mainly because I know for a fact Cord can easily get knocked, he can easily get knocked, and then we have Thor for our DPS persona here, so they're definitely going to be able to get those knocks pretty darn easily. And then also hitting the debuff on them. Seeing that this guy is very strong, we will want to try and kill him as fast as possible, so getting the debuffer here is actually essential, and having the knocker on this side is very essential. So I know some of you guys wanted to see the cards that I'm running before we get into it, so I'm going to quickly go ahead and show the cards, and then we're going to get into the fight. This is the cards for our Mont. Our weapon is level 70 with a 4-star, not even fully duped up. Her skills aren't fully duped either, so you guys can see that. And then of course with the other characters, you guys already know Soy and Luful are built already. They have a whole card set for themselves, and their character is actually built up. For Soy, he has his 5-star weapon, so surely do keep that in mind. Now my other team here, this one, none of them are built beside, of course, well, they're all built except for Closer here. You guys already know what to do with the other two, but Closer is wearing this type of set, which is my UE set. Only 8s, and then a nice little weapon here that's also not duped. But now we went through it, let's go ahead and get straight into the fight here. All right, so immediately getting straight into it here, this one's going to be a little interesting. No matter what you want to do here, you have to try and survive. As much as I want to hit him with cattle, we're not trying to do any of that because we want to get as many points as possible. Now my first idea for you guys, he's going to hit hard. Get your immediate health up, because this dude is not playing around. We will have to try and stall until we get our puppet up. So your best bet is to get the health up for your characters. And if you decide to use Norn on this side instead of like my whole like offensive set on this side, use Norn's shield definitely, because this guy, no matter who he hits, or at least if he hits Mont, maybe even Luful, they will end up dying. So you do want to pay attention to that and try your hardest to really focus this dude down. Now as you see, he did 7,000 damage. I can tell you right now, I only have 8,000 on me. That would have ended up getting me very, very low, and if it would have killed or crit, it definitely would have killed me immediately right there. So without the max HP from Soy, we probably would have died right there as well. So you have to kind of keep in mind what we're doing. Now I want to make sure that we don't use too much of anything else. I'm trying to get knocks really, so since I'm mainly going for the knocks, I don't want to deal too many like other outside damage sources. But we're gonna go ahead and just pop this, because I want to make sure no matter what happens, we get these downs. The more downs we get, the more points we can get off of this as well. So I think that's probably the better choice for us. Now we have, of course, our funny little guy Jack Frost. I could very well knock him down with this, but I don't really want to do that just yet. I do want to make sure that we're able to have Mont deal as much damage as possible. So we're going to Terracotta up here, and then I think our better choice is to use our skill 3. Now we have everything that we need, got our stacks, and let's just continuously hit him with this here. From right, I'm pretty sure Mont is actually supposed to use the skill 3 after she gets 10 stacks, and I think I used it at 8 just then. So don't follow that, of course. Make sure you get the 10 stacks first and then use the skill 3. So it's usually supposed to be a skill 3, skill 2, skill 3 little rotation, and that will help you out. Now this round we're low, we're gonna make sure we heal. Everybody has to be healed up, and once again, use your max HP with soy. You don't want to have any problems with this. We only have 6,000 HP here, so if Mont ever got hit, she would die. We don't want that to happen, so always use the max HP. It's gonna help you out on the long run. Now we got to take down these shields once again, so I'm going to go ahead and use Mabufu and go ahead and knock this out. Now we have 13, so this is where you want to pop your skill 3 off. Reason being is because then you get the follow up, and that's going to help you out a lot as well. But skill 2, skill 3 is the way to go. Now we want to get this guy weak. We want to make sure at all costs we're pretty good, so we'll go ahead and use this. Get my life looking good. Everyone's max HP is looking all right, and I want to wholeheartedly just buff up our Mont. So we're gonna try and get rid of as many of these Starfire little things here, and as much as I do want to knock them with Mont, I think our better choice is just to get as much damage out as possible, because we are wasting a couple turns and we don't want to waste too many turns here. So go ahead and pop this off again here, and I think our rebellion's off. So yeah, our Mont is already not going to be dealing too much damage, especially with our crits. I'm putting this shield back on. We have 24 ally actions, technically 22 probably, because I'm pretty sure we're not killing here at all. So it's going to be the 22 actions that's going to end up killing at the end, or at least 23 maybe, because our wonder doesn't deal too much damage here. But we're going to try to just rush it a little bit, because we are slowly running out of time, and I want to say you want to at least have about like 18 rounds left by the time the end. I think that's a good place to like kind of look at that point. So just try to not get rid of this dude as fast as possible for that, at least for that time frame here. But got the kill, 21 points. First side is 805k. So right now that's pretty decent for a benchmark, but now we have to do this side. This side is where things get sticky. If you of course want, you could try to bring Mothman for the forget stacks. Luckily we ended up proccing that off bat. I was not expecting to do so, but on the off chance that you want to make sure he doesn't hurt you too much, you could use Mothman, and that will help you out in the long run, seeing you're actually able to deal some decent damage out of that. But let's just go ahead and pop this, because we're trying to get as much damage off as possible. So I want to make sure all the electric damage we're getting is pretty darn good. We're going to use our man Thor, get that extra stack on off, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the, I think her rotation was a it was a 2-1 I think rotation. Let me read her skills again, because if I'm right, her skills was a 2-1. No, it's a 1-2. That's what it was. Okay, so there we go. Use our skill 1, boom, get the knock on down, dealing about 11k. And since we got that knock, we're doing that AOA. So immediately got the knock off. He can only use a forget hit. Now we have no sustainability in this side, so the importance of you killing this dude as fast as possible is highly important, because once he does hit you, the first round is the one that you should be afraid of. That's the single target hit. The second round is the what's it called? The I gotta remember. The AOE hit. That one you can very well live, but your team still has to have a decent bit of health. So if you don't believe in that, be sure to go ahead and be a little careful here. I don't believe in this, so I'm just gonna hardcore just rush him down. I don't want to really sit here and try to think, oh, we might be fine, because that could very well get us killed. Luckily we broke another one here, and let's go ahead and use our second skill, dealing some nice damage here, making him take even more so electric damage up, and then we can go ahead and get our AOA. I think this will be very close to killing, if not kill. I'm hoping it kills. Yes, okay, good. We got the kill off, and that gives us a total of how much points? We got 0 in there, so obviously it was enough, which was 3.5 mil. So that's above the 3.1 threshold. If you guys wanted to do something like that, be sure to of course copy that on down, and we're gonna get straight into the next one. So give me 1 second to show off Technician 28. All right, and going ahead and looking at the other side, which should be floor 28. This one is a little bit more tricky. You have these mobs looking right here for round 1 and round 2, these mobs. Now, either side, you can go ahead and put Rico on side 1 or side 2. It's honestly up to you. But we are using these personas mainly just to give us another blessed attacker, or either an ice attacker or a fire attacker, whatever we are needing at that point. And then we have on side 2, we're mainly using Florat as the DPS for one of them, mainly because of course they do need to use the winded ability. But I also have mainly our cord with Wonder here, so we can actually proc our Yamada going ahead and using the AOA multiple times, or at least the ultimate multiple times to knock everyone down, which is the main whole reason why I'm going for this side. But now that we talked about this, let's go ahead and show this off, and I'll show actually the gear sets at the very end for this team, mainly because I forgot about doing it. But this turn, I don't think they're going to deal too much damage, but to be on the safe side, let's go ahead and just use our skill 3. Skill 3 is probably going to be the best thing to go ahead and do for a lot of these, especially if you're using soy, because I don't trust crap for these guys. So yeah, it's better safe than sorry. So we're just going to go ahead and get some attacks in here. I know the rotation is supposed to be like 2-3, but we're using them as DPS. We're not going to waste any time. Wasting any time is kind of going to put us in a little bit of a deficit, and we don't really want that. So what I'm trying to do is get them at a equal like damage marker, or at least at a equal turning phase down, where we'll be able to deal some decent damage. Now, the only problem with doing this is I don't technically want to knock this one, but we're gonna have to knock it. So we're gonna knock it, get them on out of here. And I would like to get this one shield down, because next round what we'll do is that same rotation of things, but we're gonna knock everyone. Want to make sure everyone goes down, because if that happens, we're looking very, very good. And even though we did just get feared with our Wonder, which kind of sucks and somewhat ruins our plans, we should be kind of okay. So let's use our skill 1. We got to make sure everyone has full shields on, or at least has some type of shield on, because we're going to take some damage. But let's do our follow-up. Go ahead and use our skill 1 here, and with this I could knock a few different characters. Now I want to make sure this one goes away, so I'm killing them off first, mainly because our on actually does deal some decent damage, so I want to make sure we get rid of that one as fast as possible. Now this other one here, I'm going to do a slam down just to make sure we're taking down that shield as well, giving everyone some extra defense, so we're looking pretty decent. And we don't want Wonder to run away, so we have to freaking deal this quickly, and we have to knock all of them fast, because if we don't, we're going to be in some extreme trouble, and that's not something we really want to deal with. So let's get a knock here, and then our on is going to get a knock immediately as well, and that's going to be one whole AOA. Now, depending on your actions, if you want, you could very well stall this one out and try to do this. Seeing I am feared, I don't really want to do this, because fear will take away my whole character, and I think I don't have anything to really cleanse this effect off of him right now. So I don't think he qualifies as losing a character if I'm right, but it still is a problem. So I am going to just go ahead, try to bomb him up, kill him up as fast as possible, which I would hope that it decides to just straight up, you know, go for the right people. But it's currently looking like there being a little bit of a problem here. But I think we're still okay. Everyone's looking decent. We have a huge shield on thanks to Yuki. I'm not really too worried on that end. I'm using Tide of Dreams because I want to at least get this done as fast as possible, and try my hardest not to lose my Wonder, but I think it might be a little too late for that, unfortunately. And we'll just have to go from here. So let's use our AoE here, or at least use our single target. Immediately stamping this dude on down, and yeah, Wonder runs away. Oh yeah, okay, I forgot. With this, it actually ends up losing this. So all right, we don't want any forget on them. I keep forgetting that that does happen in Velvet Trials, like everything ends. So all right, we're gonna try and do it. Try number 2, same team, nothing too problematic. Just if you get a forget status, you might as well reset. So this one might take a couple times, if anything, for a couple of you guys. I'm gonna still set up the same way. We're using our ice defense. We just gotta hope that the forget doesn't stack at this time, and we can be a little safer. But that's kind of unfortunate that ended up happening, because that really was a sad just turn of events here. I want to get as much damage off as possible while also setting up everything correctly. So I think it's just going to be the same way I'm doing things, where of course we get a knock, we keep going from there, and we keep going with these said knocks. I think it's just the best thing to do for me. So let's just go ahead and continue doing it this way. But 14k crits, pretty decent for what I got. And then we're gonna knock this dude on down, or at least get rid of that shield, and be pretty decent. Now, as I did say before, either side can use wind. It doesn't really matter because they're both going to be kind of a difficult area to decide against which one you really want to use it against. But either side, you're gonna need at least wind on one of them anyways. So go ahead and use our skill 1, get this on off here, and this time we're just going full throttle. Got to make sure we deal as much damage as possible. I don't really want to stick around on this turn, or at least I don't really want to stick around for this whole fight. So we need to make this quick. And the faster this is, the easier it's going to be for all of us. And I think that's just going to be the way I want to go about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this, make sure we get that hit there, and then let's do our knock. Once again, letting our on end it on off here. I don't really want anyone else ending it off. I want to make sure our on, who should have the higher stats, end it off themselves anyways. So to get the hit in, boom, decent damage there, and go ahead and do our follow-up. Now, this is all you're gonna have to do. Really just sit back, keep smacking at whatever one has the highest HP, and slowly whittle this entire team down. Now, it is going to take a little bit of time. I do understand that, but if you want these points, you want to do it the best way possible, this is probably going to be it. Now, you don't technically need any like awarenesses for any of this stuff here. Of course, you saw that follow-up from on. It's just from A2. You don't need technically that at all. If anything, it does kind of hinder you because sometimes it will hit the wrong person, and none of us really want that, but it's always nice to have. Now, I'm going to use my shield again because it's not really depleted. I'm not gonna like rush our skill 3. So let's use our skill 1. Next round we might have to use our skill 3 because I'm pretty sure our max HP is gone here. So I'm gonna hit the one with the most HP, Mink, get him on down with that, and then I think my better choice would technically be, hey, knock as many people as possible. So I want to make sure we deal a ton of damage, although this is dealing damage to everyone, which can hurt your point value. I do want to make sure we can get another knockoff here. So let's do this. Make sure we're getting our skill 1 off, hitting that one down over to the right. Then I want to follow up again with could technically swap off, but yeah, let's follow up again with Yuki, get the knock again here, and then go with this skill 3, and then we'll follow up with our on, knocking down the one over here on the second place and getting him low. Now, once we kill the fire one, we are no longer using on. We can't use on for anything other than, I guess, our gun. So now we've used this, let's just do what we can. I would rather guard this round because I don't want any unnecessary needs for damage here. So just trying to get up curse stacks on us. We're looking pretty decent. The one who I think could put the easy forget on us, or the one that makes us run away, fear, we're pretty much good. So don't got to worry about them anymore. I'm gonna go ahead and bop this one over the head, and we should be able to do a whole nother follow-up type deal. So keep doing this the way you want to. I'm popping off with this one because of course the skill 1 knocks 2 people, and that's going to allow me to go ahead and do my follow-ups once again and just go through this easily once again. The more AoEs, or at least AoAs, that we get, the more points that we're also getting. So as many times you can exploit this, do it. That's going to be the best option for you. We have about 26 rounds left, I think it said, so we're looking pretty decent. And just to buy us some time, because I know we do need a little bit of max HP, we're going to use this with our soy, get that weakness hit off well, and just guard up. So that's the reason that you don't want to hit as well if you have A2, because she's just going to consistently keep attacking them that way. So it's going to kind of suck, but you don't want to use too much health. Now I think we should be able to live this. Okay, good. We lived that. Let's just use our skill 3 because I think this should wrap up the entire fight anyways. So we use our skill 3, hopefully not have to go below 20 is what I'm going for right now. And we're looking pretty darn good because yeah, they're taking decent damage here. This guy should be pretty much vanquished, so yeah, he's gone. And this one here should be dead pretty much as well. and all I technically have to do is just gun down one. So if I can gun down one of you guys to get a, oh, dang it, I want to get a knock, but unfortunately they didn't want us to get that. We're gonna get this knock here, boom, and then get another AOA, which is gonna help us out for the point value. So boom, got it, love it, more points for us, and we're at 2.6 mil right now on the first side. Now we have about 20 turns, I think it's it, 20 turns, yeah, 21 to do what we need to do. So we need to, of course, knock as many people down as possible. Our Ren's gonna make this possible. We're gonna be able to get some knocks off, of course, on the weakness ones, and then we're also going to be able to do whatever the heck we want. So I want to use the weak on this guy because we do have an AoE attack. So if we can shatter that shield ASAP, this will make it a little bit more probable for us to actually deal some good damage. Now, of course, technically you don't want to hit it all because you don't want to mess up your probability of getting the max amount of points. But for me right now, I'm a little bit in a rush and I do want to make sure we just deal some decent damage. So let's get the damage going. Use this with Floret. He's not going to deal the most of the damage, but a decent bit. And then we're going to use this to just go ahead and trigger everything. Get our first knock immediately. Then we're going to go ahead and follow up again with our man Wonder. He's going to get this knock right here. Boom. And then we need to follow up with our man Floret, seeing that he should be able to deal the most damage out of the three, or at least out of everyone here. Yep, and he did, and we're gonna AoA. So each time we're gonna do something like this, it's going to provide us what we need to really live. And for Floret, all you need to do is just spam skill 3. Don't worry about anything else. You don't have to spam anything else. You should be perfectly fine on here. Now we just have to hope we don't die. If we end up dying, then that's where things are gonna get a little bit hectic. But I do believe we should be kind of fine for our first round. The second round is what I'm kind of scared about here, but let's see. Okay, we actually dodged. Wonder got a little lower than I would have liked. That possibly could have killed Wonder, but I am glad that he ended up dodging that because that was a little bit scary there. Now we want the most points that we can get, so don't use, if you're using Ren, don't use the other move. Just use the skill 2. We need to make sure everyone is not getting hit at the same time, or else it's going to screw us over. So we're once again going to try and focus someone down. I think the best way of going past this here is just using our skill 1 on this dude here and being able to start setting up that knockdown once again. Now I want to make sure we're able to kill, so we need to have everything looking good. I'm using this with Floret because I know he's going to deal the most damage currently. He can just get rid of his persona immediately, and that's perfectly fine. Now we don't have to worry about knocking that anymore. Floret himself can be used just for weapon knocks, and we no longer have to use him for anything else. So go ahead and use our skill 3, or at least our skill 1. Boom, get those 2 knocks off. Go ahead and get this off as well. And I do think we should be able to pop another skill. So since there is multiple people here, that's actually going to take some decent damage as well too. I'm actually just going to go ahead and attack with this. Use our single target skill, get another weak off here, and just get as many points as possible. Now I think the other thing that I could possibly do, instead of knocking, since everyone's already down, we're going to heal up and make sure everyone's looking good, because I don't want anyone to die due to some misfortunate type deal, which can very well happen versus these dudes. So I think that would have actually hurt a lot. I don't think it would have killed, but it definitely would have hurt. And look at that. See, that's why I say, like, you want to make sure you have everything ready, because that could have been a probable outcome. So we're gonna use our skill 3, use this on Wonder because of course he does get some health back from the skill 3 itself, giving us what we do need. And then let's just continuously do what we want to do. So I want to make sure everyone has a little bit of a debuff. So skill 3, we could deal a little bit too much damage, but I think it's just better for us. Now I don't like that we did end up getting that to happen. That's a little bit of a problem on our end, but I think the only thing I can try to do is get a break on one of them, which is not happening, unfortunately. That is such a suckish move right there, but I think we should still be pretty decent. Luckily we got a knock anyways, thankfully, to Rico. So on the off chance that anything did happen, there you go. And I'm pretty sure this should be the end of everything, right? Okay, nah, it's not the end of everything. I'm gonna stall out just a little bit here. He's not able to kill anything. Is this the weak one? Yes, it is. Okay, so we're gonna use our skill 1. Boom, should get another knock and spam another AoA, which should put us at the cap that we need for our score amount. So if we look at this here, we got 3 mil for both those. How much did it write off? Yep, she wrote it on off. and we got 12 mil and we needed 11.3. So that is completed for both 27 and 28. Before, of course, we go ahead and close out the video, I got to show you guys the gear that we use for these characters. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. It is, of course, a little bit more technical where you have to use certain tactics, either using your gun, healing, things of that. Try to at least make sure you have this stuff available. And I have for my her level 80 weapon, her 5-star as well. Her set is not completed, but she has a actual set there. And then her skills look something like this, where everything is aided. Now, if you were looking for Yuki, she has a mediocre set on right here. She also has most of her things at the low amount. The AOA, or at least the AOE one, is not upgraded at all. So if you do have it upgraded, it will help you on out, but you don't need it upgraded. Floret himself is also wearing a ragtag set. I do understand we got given a set for him, but if you guys can check my gold at the top right, I don't got the most gold right now, but we haven't built to this here. And then the other character that we ended up using, where are they? Well, you already know my Rin set, so I guess there's no need to show that. But if you're looking for my Win set, he does have the little triangle set with the actual card here, and her weapon is level 70. As for the skills, they are all looking something like this right now, which I do want to max them all out eventually, but right now that's how they're going to look. But thank you guys for watching, and until next time, everybody, peace out.